They love to
It's
lie.
instead of the cute people saying everyone's a pedo, this guy thinks everyone's Geppetto.
That's right.
Hans Wormhat.
But that guy doesn't believe in
video on
penguin?
the top
No.
10 fake animals.
I must have said penguins.
And so we'll start with 10.
Because I was thinking of
anaconda.
that Benedict Cumberbatch video.
Have you guys ever been to the zoo or
Nope.
some other place
I have.
with reptiles, and they'll have these giant snakes that just sit there and they never move? It's just a fake snake, and so many photos like this exist out there that are just ludicrous, obvious CGI. One of the big memes with the fake animals is they like to make things larger than life. It's part of movie magic. Have you ever heard how when people meet celebrities in real life, they're like, wow, I had no idea they were so short.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because movie magic.
Yeah, I have that
using
problem all the
angles,
time.
Using movie magic, anything CGI these days. They love to make things larger than life, blow them out of proportion, and sell.
So is he
you a
talking
story.
about this specific
The
image,
anaconda
or does he
is
think
one of those.
snakes are not real?
All
Some
anacondas.
of them are just mock-up fake reptiles. It's even a gag. You know how that's like one of the things that you can buy in a gag store, like fake snakes.
Yeah,
fake rubber snakes.
Classic gag at the store is
making
buying
an aquarium,
a giant
type
fake
setting in a
anaconda
zoo or something.
That's
Take
You
it
can
in
buy
dark
fake poop
cave
at
area,
the
and
gag
it just
store.
doesn't
Does
move.
that mean
Just sits
poop
there
is not
'cause
real?
It's a rubber snake.
I guess so. I agree with
Seriously,
that.
if you look up anaconda, this is what you get. You get a bunch of stuff that looks like this. They don't even try. It's funny. They go over the top.
This is
There
like
are so
a really
many
I'm
like
sure
anaconda
there are
things
real images.
that look exactly
this is a
like
really
this.
white guy thing as well, right? Just because like it doesn't exist in
J-Lo.
America, it can't exist in like South
Anaconda was a big
America.
movie. So another big thing with their fake,
Yeah, there's some
their
people
fake
in
animals is they
Bolivia
love to
who
make
would disagree with
they love
this.
to make movies about it. It's just the same way about how psyops, they make them come to life by making a movie about it. Same thing with fake animals. Oh, make a movie about it. Anaconda was huge. This was one of the big movies back in the day. J-Lo is the anaconda. Do you
Why
know,
would they
wanna know
make
what
this
the
up?
anaconda is? It's right here. That's
You
the
know.
anaconda. This beast.
To trick you.
J-Lo's anaconda.
Oh yeah, he thinks every celebrity's
Okay,
transgendered.
9.
By the way, he has a whole video about how Hitler's
9
a
on the
woman
list. I
because
chose
he
the
had childbearing
shoe bill,
hips.
'cause this came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It's
this
just a
guy
CGI
wouldn't fuck
creation. Do you
J-Lo.
guys
She's not
remember
good
when the
enough
shoe
for
bill
him.
first appeared on the scene? People in the comments would say that doesn't look real. It looks like CGI. That doesn't look like a real
Yeah,
animal.
this bird.
And I think some of them were
Idiot.
puppets. Puppetry is a huge part of this fake animal thing.
So this is pure
And
solipsism.
You can go research fake animal puppets.
If he hasn't personally seen it out of
Affleck
his
duck
window,
is just a duck puppet.
isn't
Yes.
Touch it up with CGI.
Yeah, well, that's the
There's-
same thing with flat Earth,
there's
right?
wait a minute, the
videos of,
Affleck duck's not real?
Komodo dragon puppets.
puppetry.
Yeah, I don't talk about that in this video, but there's a lot of puppetry.
Calling all CG
involved.
puppetry.
But these days, a lot of CGI. So Shoebill is number 9 on the list. Fake animal. Number 8, I wanted to give something historical. The dodo bird. This didn't just start happening, these fake animals. They fake everything.
How deep
They
does
lie
this
about
go,
everything.
chat?
I don't know why animals.
They faked extinct
are
animals
this-
for
it's
what
this
reason?
Sacred cow topic.
They think
And
the
for me, it's a
Dutch
huge-
invented the
It's
dodo.
a huge indication of if you're
Like
dealing
they
with a
came
gatekeeper
back
or not. If
to
they're
Europe
willing
and
to
said,
talk on
"We
this
found this
subject.
bird on
the
an
fake animal
island
thing.
and
I
we
don't know
killed
why
them all."
It's
and now
such
they're
a heavily
extinct.
gatekept topic. Because to me,
Why?
it's similar to the outer space stuff, outer space lies.
So funny.
Why?
But
I guess they wanted to say they
in
killed a
that,
bunch
they're
of
trying
birds.
to sell you stuff to take you away from God. I'll get to that in the end. And they're trying to mock the Bible, similar to the outer space stuff.
Hopefully.
But this animal thing. People don't want to admit that they've been duped, and gatekeepers really gatekeep this fake animal stuff. I don't know
If the
exactly
dodo
why.
was a
They-
hoax,
They like
I
being
would
in on the
be
the
open to
secret.
admitting
They like being in on these
that it
inside
wasn't real.
jokes.
Just
Yeah,
search
so
top 10 fake
here
animals.
is
You'll find
number
his handle. It's
7.
the first video.
Giant
There
anteaters.
were plenty of fossils back in the old day that
hoax.
turned out to be fake.
A winning entry from the Wildlife Photograph of the Year competition has been disqualified after it was discovered the photo was of a stuffed animal. What do you know?
Yeah, see, exactly. Stuff like this.
A photograph of a taxidermy anteaters. All great anteaters like this, they're taxidermy or suits that actors can go in. A human can fit in this suit. Look at that. It's like a Cirque du Soleil
No,
fake
it
animal.
can't.
They use child
an actor.
actors.
I guess it would have
Look
to
at this
be a
amazing
2-year-old.
5 scientists all concluded the anteater was too similar to a taxidermy specimen. Notice how they love to, their experts are the most amazing, super smart. They had 5 experts that could look at this and determine, no, that's too similar to a taxidermy version. What?
I mean, if he's not real, he's
I
super
think they
committed
just
to the
realized that
bit
this
because
was,
he
like, over
has
the top.
a
Okay, this is
shitload of
over the
videos
top,
about
obvious
this.
Photoshop. We're gonna.
Yeah, I think he's for
I
real.
don't know.
Yeah.
And also, they like to.
He's just a
disclose.
crazy
This is just a
person.
form of disclosure.
One's worm hat.
This right here is just
This is a
total disclosure. They're telling you, taxidermy, fake animals. Okay, so number 6 on the list. Do you see where this is going? Rope climbing robots. Sloths are not real animals. They're animatronics. And
Interesting.
people like David Attenborough are big phonies. They're actors. And the reason that they're so acclaimed for their acting skills is because their
Mhm.
ability to make it seem like they're taking it so serious. Their ability to sit in front of an
Oh.
animatronic
The reason
and
that
sell
they're
it
so
like it's a
acclaimed
real
for their
living,
acting
breathing
skill.
animal. That's why these people get
Interesting.
so revered
Mm.
and knighted, and
Mm.
because they're big phony deceivers.
Oh.
Sloths are a big one. I mean, just look, that's CGI. You can
What
just
this
tell
is
that's
about.
CGI. Sometimes I've seen some
One's worm
sloth
hat.
images that it's clearly someone like took a picture of their dog's face and put it in here, and then they tell people it's a
Yeah,
sloth.
shoot. That's what my dog looks like.
Look at that. This
Yeah,
is
that
coming
looks
out
like
of
any
Guinness
dog
World
you see.
Records.
Mhm.
Dude,
Life in
shoop
the
de whoop,
slow lane.
remember?
It just happens to be laying back like on a recliner or something. That's CGI.
Yeah, it's being
That's not a real
slothful.
animal. That's just an animatronic. Look how
So how come
strange.
he's
It's a
not
robot.
showing
It looks
video?
exactly
It
like these
starts
robots.
busting out into Usher
Look,
songs.
it's like somebody took this and then put a skin over it. It's not a living animal.
There
Why does it
are
look so different?
videos of these
It looks so
animals.
rigid, and then these ones are super smooth and curvy. It's because this one's CGI.
There's
and
different
this one's a
kinds? Holy
robot.
shit.
They just have these robots that cling to
Super
things.
smooth and curly like his brain.
Raquel is working from home. Look at these tree climbing robots, bringing us to number 5 on the list. Koalas. This was a big viral pushed video on YouTube, and you can clearly see it's CGI. That's not a real animal.
I
This
can't
video
really
is just
clearly
obvious
see
CGI.
anything here.
And yeah, koalas.
Yeah, it's 'cause it's CGI, it's
are
old
a fake
CGI.
Yeah.
animal. That's why these look like really bad puppets made of
They're
wool.
burned. Their fur got burned off in a
Yeah.
fire.
Koalas are a bit. People
Jesus
from Australia
Christ.
keep this so bad.
Come on, man. Why would they make that up? Why would Australia say we killed all these innocent creatures
So fucking
for
stupid.
no reason?
Giving you the one eye.
There's no profit to be made in lying about them.
Koalas are a hoax. If you go
Name
look at
is-
photos of koalas, their hands are just totally rigid. They
Hans
don't
Worm
really
Hat.
They just have like flat.
That's
hands
right.
like
Australia
hands.
isn't real. When they said they were
Anyways, this
shipping
video
those
is more
British
about making
convicts
this
over
list.
there,
The
top
koala's
10
hands. When they're,
don't get into
you're
any
taking the
one
dog to the
specific
farm
one too much.
upstate.
When
There was
you
this-
check out the
this
koala's
viral
hands, you will see
Koalas in the car, and everybody could tell that they
Oh,
were
it's all right.
stuffed.
Your
They're,
son
like, they're not
got
moving.
caught stealing
One of them,
porridge.
like,
We're
barely
sending him
twitches,
to
And
Australia.
everybody's like, no, look at that one. It barely twitches. They're all alive. That one just had a little bit of battery left, I guess. Enough to do a little ear twitch. But look, they're dead. They're taxidermy. It's taxidermy. It's a big
It's
taxidermy hoax.
interesting that he's so
I think are
skeptical
we
of
already on number
animals
4?
being able to climb a tree
Penguins.
or whatever.
The emperor
but
penguins. The
he thinks
orange
that
emperor
those shitty
penguins, the ones that
jumping
they make
robots
movies
they
about,
make,
the South Pole.
the ones that fall down the
it's not
stairs all the
icy.
time and they
Antarctica,
cost
there's a
$20
lot of
million,
hoaxery when it comes to
those
Antarctica.
are like
And
how they're going to
emperor
be
penguins.
50
Emperor
years from
is
now or
33.
more.
And
and they're prolific
animatronics.
and all over the world.
Yeah, they
That's
just
why you
let
don't
the
see
robots
emperor
go
penguins
and they act
in the
like
zoo.
animals
Except
in the
for nowadays
trees
they
and
do, but they
survive,
put them
and they don't
far
run
in
out
the
of
back, or
battery,
you'll just see a few CGI videos.
which is insane.
Oops.
Like that would mean basically
Hey,
we can create
Number
animals.
2. Is this really number 2? Maybe I lost track.
We
3.
can create convincing
Great white
animals
sharks
out of
are a hoax.
machines, and no one can
That's
tell.
why they have to do Shark Week. You get a whole week to it. It's another one that they sold with the movie Jaws.
That's
They
true,
like to sell
actually.
things with the movie. Anaconda movie. We get the Jaws
Anaconda.
movie. They don't survive in captivity,
That's gotta be because they're fake, right?
and you get so much obvious.
Yeah.
This just reminds me exactly of those really bad Anaconda CGIs. Sharknado. Dead eyes. They have dead eyes because they're not alive.
That ass.
They're just little toys. A lot of times.
Why
A lot
can't
of
you
times
look
they
at a
really do
video?
sell, like,
These are
a little rubber
videos.
plastic toy.
They're
as a
links
real
to
thing.
videos, and he only wants to look at a screenshot.
And like, how many
Larger
people
than
have
life
done
realize
the
that?
magic? That's what it's about. They take sharks and they just make them larger than life.
Turkey Seal?
They'll
Thank you for the
use
22 months.
Cinematic effects.
What it's all about.
They
Thank
use
you,
special
Dirty.
lenses. They use forced perspective, scary music, CGI,
Fur?
submersibles. You know, for the Jaws movie, they made a mock-up submersible. It's CGI. When you just know that it's CGI, you can tell. There's so
I've
many
seen a lot of
photos
shoops in my
of great
time.
whites.
Yeah, I wonder
And a lot of them
why.
have
It's not really
expressions.
CGI when
Like,
it's a still
Look
image.
at that. It's like a snarling smile expressions. They can give them expressions because it's just Photoshop.
Could be.
That's just the angle its
One
mouth
little
is
topic.
at. It's
I don't
not
want to spend too long on
smiling.
great whites, but
No, it's having
a
a
big
laugh.
hoax is
It's trying to be
going out
sinister.
to do a great white shark dive. And if you read reviews, I mean, nowadays I've seen it's been fluffed up with fake reviews. Like, you know how reviews nowadays, you can't look up reviews of anything without getting a ton of fake reviews.
Okay, so he found
But
this
if you go and you
Shark
search these
Watch
shark encounter reviews,
website,
you get a lot of people saying
this
that
company
they
and
don't
the
see any
review
sharks, they don't see
website.
great white sharks.
and then
I
he
picked
looks
this
at the
one 'cause it
one
was just
review that
interesting.
says we didn't see any sharks that day.
They made up this excuse.
And
Killer whales
all
had
the rest of the
apparently eaten
reviews that
several
said
great
we
whites in
saw
the weeks
sharks,
leading
it was
up to this, so
cool.
sharks had
Those
only
are
recently
fake.
returned to the area.
Those were planted by the company.
They
How do
talk
I
about
know
Shark
this?
Alley, but don't
I don't
go
know.
there. They say the big sharks stay off the continental shelf. Well, if you watch Shark Week on
Sure,
Discovery,
you just have to
you know
finish the
that's a bunch of crap.
tutorial.
Well,
Which I
You
think
just
it
click on
should take like
Discovery
5-10
Channel, you're
minutes
watching TV.
at most.
There's an arrow that tells you
If
where to
that's
click.
true, Shark Alley,
Mhm.
you can see it from the... Okay, whatever. They say sharks are afraid of scuba gear. They make up a bunch of excuses why you're not going to see great whites. I guess that's a big thing they've been
Yep.
telling people is that the
Sure.
orcas are keeping the great whites away.
Which leads me to my next animal. No.
The people that talk about how amazing it was that they saw great whites, they're going to be throwing hand signs. You're surrounded by a bunch of
What?
phonies. You've been punked.
Hmm?
Company boasts of experimenting on us with fake viral videos. They admit
What are
it.
the hand
They're fake.
signs?
Okay, 2. Now I'm back on the numbering, I think.
I know
Number
that's not a
2,
real
fake animal
panda.
pandas. It's the poster
Yeah,
child of
this-
the
this
WWF.
This looks like
WWF,
CGI.
It's fake, just like
This doesn't
the
look like a
World
real animal.
Wrestling Federation. It's kind of a truth in plain sight, them doing that name change. The WWF is about as real as wrestling. And this, I just want to talk again, this animal thing. It's like a no touch topic for a lot of truthers, which shows you that they're gatekeepers. Why is this aspect of society?
Even the
Oh,
most
no, this is
insane
true.
people
There's no
won't
deception here.
believe what
Nobody
I believe.
lies about animals. How could
And that
anybody
means
claim
they're
that?
stupid.
It's a topic that people haven't thought about before.
Even
It's a topic
flat
that
Earth people don't believe
Not many
that
people
pandas are
talk
made
about.
up.
So, but they're clearly gatekeepers.
Oh, so wrestling's
because
fake?
there's
When
people out
mankind
there
fell
that
through the cage in Hell in the
they talk
Cell, that
about
was
all sorts of
faked?
deception.
The bumps that
can
they
talk
take are
about how
fake?
outer space is clearly fake.
Yeah,
They
I
can talk
believe
about how
everything he
NASA
said
is
so
clearly
far, but
CGI,
wrestling not
but
being
then
real,
you bring up this
really?
animal thing. Oh no, you're crazy. You're crazy. And it just shows you that they're gatekeepers. Why is this one topic where everything that they tell you about animals is
What's
true?
wrong with
No,
gatekeeping?
everything is a lie. Everything is a deception. Everything on the TV is fake.
That show Friends
Dude,
never
Perfect
actually
Panda.
happened.
Look, they're mocking.
A lot of stuff has a gate
It's
on
just
it
that this
for
one
good
is
reason.
over the top. They take something like this, they make it a little bit more believable, and then they sell it to you as a real animal. But look, they're showing you that they're suits. Look at the history of the giant panda. It begins
Okay, so a
in the
panda
late
suit
1800s. It's
exists.
a modern hoax.
This is exactly like that
Royalty,
Simpsons
you know,
episode.
presidents,
Yeah.
Mr.
stuff
Burns
like
puts
that.
Homer in the panda
Royalty
suit and
today
has
is
him
hidden
get
in these
fucked,
things like presidents. Really, they're just puppets.
which
but,
is like
know,
infamous
famous. Notice
in
how
the Simpsons
this
community
pandemic thing we have going on.
for being like
how
when
many
they ruin the
famous
show or
people
whatever,
get it.
which I don't think is
It's
true.
because it's like a joke.
I think it was good until like season 12.
Royals are going to be the ones that
But-
Yo,
come to
fuck.
Panda.
It's like
'cause they know
those
it's
people, like
fake.
those people couldn't tell the
They're the
difference
ones making
between
the fake
a
suits.
man
They're the
in a
ones in
panda
control of this
costume
media with the fake
screaming
stuff,
a man's
they're gonna
voice
be the ones that
and
kill pandas.
an actual animal.
It's not going to just be some,
And he thinks everyone is like that.
bunch of rando
Like they can
Chinese,
see a
poor
guy in a
Chinese
panda
people that
suit
hunt
in the
pandas.
zoo
No, it's the Roosevelts
and
that
not
hunt
know
pandas.
it.
Why were giant pandas largely
Let's
excluded
go,
from
golf
historical Chinese
baller!
cultural arts? Because it's a modern hoax. Look how you can just tell that this is a person in a suit.
I think it's probably because they were looking at
Zoo. Giant
more
panda
northern China.
Somebody just sent me this, and you can tell it's a suit. Look at the neck,
which is where a lot of the early development took
and
place.
just the back.
That's cute.
It's just
look at
somebody laying in a suit.
It's
just a
fold
good
of skin.
Looking mascot. They probably recruit these people from big time Illuminati high schools. People who are mascots probably get recruited.
There's a high school recruiter.
And lastly,
Illuminati high schools.
Yeah, they take the mascots from the Illuminati high schools.
They have like a booth where they ask kids if they want to be in a panda
costume. Are all a hoax.
What's your job at the Illuminati? Oh yeah, I play a sloth.
Clearly satanic deception.
This universe is so insane.
Yeah,
so
dude.
apes
don't monkey
exist.
I liken this to NASA Outer Spaceland. If you have the
this is going to have the same thing where because they have similar movements to humans because of evolution,
to tell that gorillas
it's going to be someone in a human suit.
And that all of these great apes
obviously this gorilla
just
looks
like NASA's
human.
There to sell you the outer space fantasy. Great apes are here to sell you the evolution fantasy, to make people believe that they are monkeys. People believe it. People really believe that. And
what would the Illuminati benefit from for like convincing you that evolution's real? I guess they're satanic, right? So that you're not coming from the same like lens.
They're just really, really nice.
The thing about conspiracies is that none of them make any sense.
This is why
the ruling class can do whatever they want to us, and they can just say it
if you just go look
outright.
into orangutans,
We're just fucking all of you over, and there's nothing you can do about it. And we sit back and take it.
Alleged wild animals.
That's how it works. They can do whatever they want to. They can kill
the
Jeffrey Epstein in front of you and give you $600.
I have a lot of
videos
videos about these, so I don't want to talk too much about it.
So why would they have to do this?
But they take hair weaves and they make
$600 would be pretty awesome, though.
And they look so different.
Wait, you said they take hair weaves?
They give the orangutans a lot of different.
Some of those are just Photoshop.
A big way that you can tell that these things are hoaxes is if you go back in time.
Those fucking orangutans look cool as hell, though.
These people clearly know how to draw, okay, and it just looks totally different. The man of the
what would this guy say? Well, I mean, he said he went to a zoos and these things are all fake, right?
Yeah. What they sell us as orangutans.
Yeah, I bet that guy in 1758 saw an orangutan really up close.
They look nothing like what they do today.
Stationary.
And old gorilla suits are garbage.
You didn't see it out of the corner of his eye in a tree.
Super shiny, plasticky looking, rubbery things. Coco the gorilla is just really obviously
look at the profile of it. It looks like a man.
Orangutan is a
was just the art style at the time, right? Like people didn't know how to draw animals. If you look at like any medieval art.
And
if
you look at old atlases, they'll draw a lion, and it's.
I just showed a video where the big, I don't know, reveal was that they showed a mirror when talking about orangutans and who the beast
Forest
was.
Man, that's a great name.
Us. Orangutans are people of the forest. They're people. They love to come out with stories about how they're just like people. They're just like people. They are people. They literally are
that
people.
Could be.
They're just actors in a fursuit. This is straight off of Wikipedia, and look at this. There is a human finger right there.
Does he know what a fursuit is?
It's a person in an elaborate monkey suit.
Because you could definitely work that into it. You could say the Illuminati's recruiting from furry conventions.
There's a meme about gorillas.
To get people to be in the panda suit.
There was a gorilla suit up on the ISS.
That would make sense.
Oh God, the fucking gorilla channel.
Dicks out for Harambe. Shout out, friend of the show, Brandon Wardell. Do you see Brandon Wardell? Ask him about that.
There's a meme of dicks out for Haram.
God damn it.
It's just
dicks out for Haram.
Haram.
He spelled it. He pronounced it Haram.
Wait, roll that back.
Suits with penises back, no outer space. There's a meme of dicks out for Haram because
Haram.
That's such a fucking fat ass search. He searched why do gorillas or where is it?
There's a meme of dicks out for.
Why don't gorillas have a penis? South Park Man Cave poster.
It's just a known thing. Gorillas don't have penises. They're.
Oh my God! You just showed a screenshot where it says they do.
Penises back in the
very first answer said that they do have a penis.
If you just go start looking,
this is so fucking funny because everything he's showing is just disproving him, and he talks over it. It's so cool.
It's the same thing at the zoo.
That's from Austin Powers.
The same thing at the zoo. It's the same thing on the.
Isn't it? Isn't that Mini-Me?
Coco. Coco the gorilla is an actor in a suit.
Vern Troyer.
Don't be deceived.
Coco the gorilla is dead.
That's creepy.
If Coco the gorilla was an actor in a suit, why would they have her
Animatronic
die?
gorilla head.
Why wouldn't they just keep it going?
Animatronic gorilla head. If people saw this at the zoo,
do not
they
show
would
that rocket
think
fire
that's real
explosion.
because
I hope he pulls up the
disclosing.
film.
If people
Exactly
said the
what's
rocket
happening at
fire
the zoo.
explosion at the
You're
zoo,
watching gorilla actors
they would think it was real.
with deluxe
Yeah.
animatronic gorilla faces
To this
on.
day, I think all those animals are real.
He pulls up the Cadbury in the air tonight video.
Look at
Fake,
this.
not a real gorilla.
These are better than the one.
This
go
is
look
a
at old
video
gorilla
of
stuff
4
and they
animals
pale
performing
in comparison.
Love in this club.
And that's not how
What
What
are
are the
animals
odds he
work,
shows
right?
a picture of Donkey Kong
Squirrels 100
in the
years
next
ago
minute?
didn't look like they were falling
I've
apart
already
and
said
made
his
of rubber.
goddamn name. It's Hans Wormhat.
Actors. Gorilla
Here,
actors.
I'll
Wait, is he
link you.
actually
Arm
saying
extension crutches.
squirrels?
You have no idea how often people will come in. Their body proportions are wrong. Look how long their arms
He's doing
are.
this
Yeah,
with
they're using
squirrels?
crutches.
Like, I can understand if
It's
it's
all
with
out there. They
orangutans
disclosed it.
or
Platypus.
dodos, like animals that are
Orangutans, a lot of
extinct or
times, are just
very
CGI
rare
today,
or on the
probably.
other side of the world.
The
But you
gorilla
can
who
see
walks
squirrels
upright.
out the
No, it's
window.
an actor in a fursuit.
Half the
10
time you
years,
look
if
out
we're
the
still
window,
around,
there's a
which I
squirrel
don't know.
there.
It feels like this.
Who
place
is the actor
Why-
in fursuit
why would
walking
you
around with
put
that
that
gorilla?
animal?
10 years from now, but who knows? One day
It
they'll
is
have
the
these gorillas
easiest
building
animal to
huts
see right in front of you.
and building campfires, and they've really gone off the deep end.
I
with
hate my
this.
flight apps for
This
tracking
gorilla
Santa.
selfie
I
was
know
really
that's
big
not.
marketing. People could tell. People could tell that this gorilla selfie. It's people in suits. That's all that gorillas are. They're all people in suits. That's it. That's the top 10. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm just going to end with some honorable mentions.
loved it.
Oh, let's go.
So there's all sorts of fake animals.
Honorable mentions.
I get this question all the time. That's why I made this video.
Those
People are,
ones
well,
do
list
kind of look
off all the
fake.
fake.
I gotta get
You
that.
literally cannot sit here and list off the fake animal, because just like there's people whose job it is to make up fake NASA stuff every day, there are people who their job is to make up these fake animals, to Photoshop fake animals.
Oh, dude, I want to get that
Proboscis
job,
monkey
dude.
is a good one. Honorable mention.
Why would it
because
be NASA?
They literally use. It's like they take a
Face.
Photoshop of someone's ball sack and make a monkey out of it. It's a big joke. How do these animals appear out of nowhere that nobody's ever heard of? When I was a child, nobody had ever heard of a proboscis monkey, but now we get all
That doesn't
these
make it
same
unrealistic
studio
that it looks
quality
like a
things
ball
that just
sack.
look like looks like
ball sacks are
Photoshop
real.
or a
That's
taxidermy.
Felix
something
would've-
nature can make.
Felix would agree
And
with
I'm
this
telling
video
you,
100%.
They take ball sack photos and
Why
Photoshop
couldn't nature
it, 'cause
make
they
that
think that's
on this
a joke.
monkey?
They think it's funny. Echidnas are an honorable
They think it's
mention.
funny,
Just
that's why they do it.
This is
read
not
this
what they look
ludicrous
like. They
statement
look like
down here.
knuckles.
It's the same thing as the jackalope.
It's supposed to be
There are
red and
many
strong.
I
Damn.
should have put the duck-billed platypus in here. I'll just say it right here. That's another fake animal, the duck-billed platypus. That's a big. That probably should have made the top 10 list, but you know.
Why
Can't
would they
remember
make that
everything.
up?
That's what I mean. You can't sit here and list them all. There's too many fake animals. But
That's
read
right. Way
This
too
is
many.
such a
Lions like a
wide
porcupine, a
conspiracy.
beak
Like,
like a bird,
everyone is
pouch
in
like
on
a
this.
kangaroo,
Anyone who's
legs
ever
like a
seen
reptile.
a
And
squirrel
because they told
is
it to you
in
on
on
TV,
this
you believed
conspiracy.
it.
We're all just enjoying the
why?
fake animals in our
Pangolins are
silence.
another fake
Yeah.
Who's
animal.
benefiting from this?
They love to
The
mix their
entire
hoaxes
southern
together.
hemisphere
Pangolins are
is
a mixed
is lying
hoax
about the
with
animals
this
that are there.
current thing.
But does he
they said
think
that this
bears are
current
real?
thing was from
Deer? Like,
First it was
No,
about
you already
bats.
think squirrels are
Then it was,
fake, dude.
pangolins and bats.
Like, there
and
aren't animals.
They can make up
Animals
whatever they
don't
want.
exist. And everyone's
This type
working
of
together to
toucan is
cover it up.
fake. It's a prosthetic beak, and there's a lot of jokes about it like that.
What do you
They
mean?
make,
That's,
there
he
is
thinks
a
that's
real
a
bird with
man
a large
in the
beak
toucan?
Costa Rica,
They're like
but
6
they
inches
like to make it
tall.
larger than life. It's just another larger than life thing. Giant squids. Giant squids, fake
fucking
animals.
God.
It's this sea monster.
That's like one of those 1000words.com
about the size
pictures.
fish they catch forever.
He doesn't
Fish tails.
believe in animals.
It's a fishtail.
Like, isn't this guy a Christian? Like, they have them in.
Anyways,
the
I think I said
Bible.
Oh,
enough.
here we go.
The reason that they make these lies is to mock Noah's Ark. How could Noah possibly fit these millions and millions and millions of species? Well, turns out millions and millions and millions of species is a BS lie that BBC
That makes a lot more sense.
and Nat
That's
Geo.
interesting. Yeah, I always
aren't
thought there
millions and millions
was
and millions of
some
species.
holes
There's
in that story.
not that many species.
And finally, we figured out where the
and
holes are.
There's enough to fit on
Doing
the
the Twitter comedian eyebrow with that.
Evolution is fake. You didn't come from a monkey. Great apes are actors in fursuits.
I've played the
This
Ancestors
is the
game.
reason.
I
which
saw
to
it
me,
myself.
It's as obvious as the
Great
outer
apes
space
are
lie.
actors in
They make the outer
fursuits.
space lie to
And
make
it
you
does make
believe
sense.
in a fantasy where God isn't real.
If you look down at yourself, that's
in a fantasy where you
a
don't
chimp.
need God. And that's the same thing with the monkey.
When I look in the mirror, I see a
They're
chimp.
selling you a fake
yeah, maybe you,
creation
dude.
story. And
we're simply the greatest
the
of
deception
apes.
of the fursuits. You see it for what it is. Praise God. God created all the animals.
Except
God made man in his image.
Well, he created
and
a
God
couple
said,
animals.
"Let us make man in
enough
our
to
image,
fit on
after our likeness."
Yeah, certainly
Like,
not.
what are the animals
more
that
than
are
10,
real?
like most people think? That's so
And
fucking funny,
I
man.
forgot to mention zebras. They're painted
Is
that
there a
way.
list of
It's
the
not
animals
really
on Noah's Ark?
It's a real living horse or a mule or whatever. In this case, it looks like a horse, but they're painted that way. Black and white duality. You live in an illusion. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as
They're
phony as
painted
it can
that
be.
way. It's a
They will
Barnum and
eat
Bailey world.
If you believe
That's
in
so
me.
funny.
That's how their magic works. They get you to
I'm on the
believe in it,
VeggieTales wiki.
and that's the only reason it's real. God bless everyone.
God bless you.
All right, if you hated him before.
This is a video on hippie Hitler and how Hitler is a female. And all of them. All of the world leaders that claim to be men, they're probably the majority of them. The higher up you go, I believe the more likely it is that they aren't even intersex. It's just a woman on T. And I mean, look at the hips on Hitler.
Why is the video so quiet?
I don't know. Yeah, I had to crank it up.
Childbearing hips is one of the buzzwords that gets thrown around. Kind of like how
So he
on
thinks
TV,
Hitler
they'll
was
bring up
impreg.
bone structure, they'll bring up cheekbones.
And why?
Childbearing hips is something that people
He didn't
definitely
have
talk
any
about,
children.
and in day-to-day lives, that's something that the
Yeah, because he's a lesbian.
converts will talk about. Childbearing hips.
It's the same thing as the Barack Obama
There you go.
stuff.
Hitler had
I did
childbearing
not
hips.
see that coming. How about that, guys?
Donna Trump probably has given natural birth to Donna's
Okay, here we
obviously
go.
murdered children. And they make fun of the small hands, and they make fun of
Interesting.
this,
He's got small hands. He's got a hot dumper. He's
they
got
don't flat out
childbearing
say,
hips.
Look at the skull and bones.
This is fucking that's insane.
It's like
Donna Trump.
except for that.
He's given
saying,
natural
this
birth.
is a female, period.
This guy has an amazing.
Yeah,
mind.
welcome to the
This isn't a bit.
resistance.
They make fun of the hands that
I mean, scroll through the channel. If it's a bit, it's a very
It is.
elaborate bit.
It would have to
and
be
talk about 'em
insanely
being
committed.
thick and
He should
et
be
cetera, et cetera, et
insanely
cetera.
committed.
They're not allowed to just
Yeah,
flat out
dude.
say Donna Trump is a woman abusing testosterone.
Donald Trump is a woman.
Going back to Hitler, I mean, sits like a woman. This is how women sit.
Get him.
Very feminine.
That's right. Fuck you, Hitler.
Eyes are not
Fuck
set
you,
back.
Hitler.
Eyes
You're
are-
canceled.
FTM
Hitler's a
gets
Sit like a
bulging
girl.
eye. Men are supposed to have eyes that are sunken in. Think like Maria Shriver. Those
What?
sunken in eyes. FTM have these bulging out eyes.
What
and
the fuck is he
eyebrows are
talking
very, very
about?
close to the eye. The ability
The
to
Bible
have
doesn't
these,
say
like,
shit
crazy
about which
drag queen
animals were on
eye
Noah's Ark.
makeup, that's a male
I
feature.
thought it said
You
which
have
ones.
eyebrows that are really far away from your eye. Women look like this.
Because they had a lot of
Real women
specific
don't
ones in the
have
Noah's Ark
crazy
game for
space to make
Nintendo.
People
eye
gotta be
makeup.
more Catholic and not read the
Only
Bible. Just
thin
talk about it.
Lips.
Yeah,
Just a
only
fake mustache.
I do kind
They
of get
cover
the
their
point
necks,
of only having priests read the
and,
Bible when
yeah,
you see people who
their
do
trainings.
like
Look at the way that this
numerology.
sits.
Mhm.
Female.
He has some
Female, stuff like
numerology
that.
shit on his channel too.
Here's the bigger
They're like
photo
counting the
showing
words and the
not
letters in the
childbearing
individual
hips, and
words
then-
in the Bible.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, you don't need to.
Nothing
don't need to be
new.
looking
they
at
talk
this.
about Drag King Tut. Goes back to
Malsef.
People do-
Thank you, dude.
Oh, Merry
And what
Christmas
they're
to
doing is
you.
nothing new. King Tut. They'll tell you King Tut had female. hips.
Drag King Tut. That's interesting.
Oh my god.
Because what would
rounded,
cross-dressing
pudgy
even
kneecaps.
be in ancient Egypt? Like,
All
men
right,
just
let's go.
wore dresses
There's a
until
reason
like
that George
100 years
Washington
ago.
has rosy red cheeks and saggy skin.
Because he's
and
bashful.
had to wear wigs, and you can even see here no eyelashes.
He's blushing right there because
When
he
they
actually
abuse
told a lie.
testosterone, their eyelashes fall out. You'll see people in real life all the time that they don't have any eyelashes because they abuse hormones.
Oh my god.
What does it mean?
He's
when
really
people
abuse
pushing it with
hormones?
these. Like,
People
I
don't even
can
know.
look at
Like,
that
people
right
don't
now.
People need this to be explained to them.
I can just see
And
that.
They
in
the
mirror.
Some eyelashes are false
They
as
just think,
well.
Oh, well, some guys have.
You
Lots
don't
of
want to make it
puppetry out
too
there.
easy
Some
to
women don't have
disprove.
any hips. They don't understand. No, God made them.
What's
male
the
and female.
point
Men do
of
not have
all these
childbearing
world
hips.
leaders
Women
like
do have
being
childbearing hips.
born female?
The
Like
fact
what?
is that people don't understand
What's the
It
what's the
makes no
point of the
sense.
conspiracy?
Yeah, none of
Women
this
are
shit makes
born
sense at all. That's
penises
the best part about it.
super frequently today.
Like,
And
yeah,
a lot
They
of
people
don't. They don't
say-
go anywhere.
are
Michelle
remix
Obama
made
was
in a
actually
womb
Michael
made with a vagina.
Obama
It's called
and
swire
became
syndrome.
trans
They can get pregnant and give birth using
to
modern medicine.
be able to be married to Barack Obama.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And
look at
they're
how
risking that being out
sits.
there, and they're leaving evidence everywhere.
I mean, because they're trained.
But like, why wouldn't he just
they
be
know what they're supposed to do? Like
with a gay man on the side and be married to a beard,
sits correctly
like every
a lot
other
of
gay
times,
politician
but
in
they'll come
history?
out and they'll show you. I mean, the male politicians just all
it makes
sit like
no
women.
sense.
They all sit like women. But here's an example of Melania showing you the real way that this one sits. This is how men sit.
Yeah, no, Pop-Han's right. There are loads of people like this. I found them on Twitter before.
It's just how our hips work. And yeah, there's all sorts of people out there.
So if every man is a woman and every woman is a man, why don't we just switch the words?
It's just the way that they're
that'd be way easier.
Bone structure.
Hey,
it's not comfortable for a man to sit like that. This is how men sit. And I think this is where the 420 thing comes from.
Let's
It
go.
comes straight from the Bible.
I don't think that's where the
Revelation,
420
chapter 4,
thing comes
10
from.
And 11. The 4 and 20 elders
Let's
fall
hear
down
him
before
out.
him that sat on the throne, and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure
no, this is Karina.
they all were created.
I haven't met him yet.
I think this is where they get the 420. It's a reference to
The same color.
these 4 and 20 elders.
Too tough.
It's a strange way to,
instead
of saying 24, 4 and 20.
What does this have to do with
that's
anything?
That's where this 420 obsession comes from, I believe.
There's nothing in the Bible quote.
Stuff like that, I think it just shows that numbers matter. They're obsessed with gematria.
I guess we're just completely on a different thing now. It doesn't have anything to do with
that people take the
Hitler's hips
the fact that people
or
think
My fake cat. It's not real, it's puppetry.
King Tut being transgender.
It's just a reflection of the fact.
Yeah,
that
they are obsessed with
the
number shit.
They're number obsessed. They're obsessed with these childish.
Childish.
33, orange 33, and
this guy sounds a little bit like Derek.
The game is that they're allowed They're allowed to do basically anything other than just come out flat and just say the truth, just the way that it is.
Why wouldn't they though? No one would care.
They're allowed to kind of hint at it, but they're not allowed to say a lot of women are born with penises today, and a lot of men are born with a vagina today, and the way that you can tell them apart is looking at their skeleton. Look at their skulls and bones. God bless everyone.
God bless.
All right, I guess.
Let's send this video to people who believe in penguins. And I'm talking about the tuxedo wearing.
Oh man, I got so many people I know who believe in penguins.
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 March of the Penguins type penguin.
Penguins.
There is
Thank you for doing the raid stuff, guys.
And it's black and white.
Yeah, you guys fucking rock.
It doesn't look like
the greatest present you could give us.
A memory that sticks with me from childhood is going to see the penguins at the zoo, and I was very underwhelmed because in your mind as a child you think, oh, emperor penguins, these big bright orange, what do you know, these big penguins with bright orange on them. And you get to the penguin exhibit and no, it's these little black and white splotched aquatic birds. And I remember thinking, what, this isn't a penguin. That's what I remember thinking. And I just want to first go through these slides that are from...
Dude, it's like the Terry's guy.
Like
that's not a penguin, that's a piece of shit!
Penguin exhibits at SeaWorld. I think most of these are Orlando SeaWorld. I don't know if they're all the same ride or anything, but you scoot around on these Roomba.
Doc Just says, if anyone gives me a sub right now, I'll probably wouldn't even notice. LOL. Merry Christmas is really high.
Screens and
Roomba things.
There is this part, and what it is,
I guess he's not a hockey
animatronics
guy.
In the background, and they sell it to you as living penguins.
Or his frame of reference for a machine that moves around on the ice would be a Roomba.
Animatronics.
Hey, Steve, thanks for giving us a
penguins.
Someone should show this guy one of those Adopt a Star websites. You can't even raise it. You can't even see it. You can't talk to it.
They only would show you photos.
These stars are so unbelievable. Even their parents don't want them. They're putting them up for adoption.
Never in the zoo would they ever have stuff like this. Nowadays, I guess they have this at SeaWorld, but look at the only ones that are in the water are gonna be just black and white.
It's just a shitty picture.
The ones
it has the fucking eyebrows.
The emperor penguin. Why doesn't that one go swimming? Why do those ones just stand up there and
I
not
think
go
if
in the
I
water?
actually discovered a conspiracy
this ride at SeaWorld
that
was kind of
basically
a mixture.
everyone on
some
Earth was in on it,
some aquatic.
I would probably just go.
I mean, even they could have fake, little robotic aquatic things.
Yeah,
too.
I guess that's what we're doing.
Nothing to stop.
I already do that with everything.
Okay, look at the screens. How is this a ride? What about this is SeaWorld? I just don't understand. Showing screens. It's like they're showing you the truth.
So many people would have to be quiet.
It's all just CGI and screens.
Like, everyone in the world is quiet
and really obvious. Like it's not even trying to.
Yeah, like wouldn't you have a fake gorilla
orangutan
whistleblower?
Obvious CGI.
Like you and I and everyone watching would have to be in on it.
They make amazing rides that blend tech with story.
Squirrels are made up in their robot. But for some reason, we stay quiet about it and never tweet about it. We don't post any pictures. We don't say anything about it.
I went on this ride last week. I honestly thought it was just
CFNWRA. Thank you for the gifted sub.
Until the ride turned around and there were real penguins at the end. I seriously almost cried. They could tell. This person could tell that it was just a bunch of animated penguins. It's not real. But then at the very end of the ride, they show you a few real aquatic birds. And
my voice is going away, guys.
Damn, dude. Hydrate.
I love this because fake animals are one of the things where if you go and you read through the comments, people have instincts about this stuff. And there's also people who joke about this stuff. They'll make jokes, little jokes about it. Oh, it's just a drunk person in a suit. Oh, it's just a drunk person in a suit. By the time you've heard that joke about the 100th time, when it comes to pandas, it hits you. Oh yeah, they are probably just drunk people in suits.
Why would they say
they're always drunk?
Penguin is 33 in Kelvin.
That would mean that people are giving away the game.
Look at these old penguins. How can you not tell that's just a taxidermy joke?
They're basically telling it to you, but never outright saying it, even in YouTube comments.
Adelai penguin.
He sounds like Martin Starr.
Is that in real life, or does that look like a little puppet?
Boomer Juice, thank you for the 5 gifted.
Thank you. Holy shit. Merry Christmas.
Antarctica.
Boomer Juice with the juice.
Danger.
Merry Christmas.
Looks like
God
a puppet
bless.
To me. Doesn't look like a real life. Not at all. These really old ones, too. The really old photos are just puppets.
The older they are, the worse quality they are, the more fake they are.
And people will always come, why? Why would somebody do this? Why would somebody do this?
Yes, please tell me.
I've known people in my life to lie about
you tell me, man.
And it doesn't serve any purpose. They're of their father, the
devil, fill books.
Father of all lies, and they love hoaxing people. They think that this is so funny that they can get people to believe in stuffed animals. It makes them feel powerful.
Everyone on Earth thinks it's funny.
And
to spend
get off.
I don't know how many working hours
and
creating this facade
and smug
to fuck.
They know that the stuff is
it's a good bit.
And so that's why they love
the number one
the more that they can push it, and the more that they can get
the number one occupation in the world is puppet master.
It just makes them feel smug and superior.
And robot.
And they're liars. They love to lie.
It's instead of the cute people saying everyone's a pedo, this guy thinks everyone's Geppetto.
They use it to push evolution.
That's right.
The South Pole hoax. I don't believe that Antarctica is icy wasteland. I think the center of the Earth, that might be where Garden of Eden is, or was. I don't know. And
interesting.
The real ice lands are of the north. The north is the ice wall around Earth. Just think of how north, anywhere you go.
The ice wall.
North,
my grandpa told me about that.
To ice, and it's huge lands. Canada,
the
Alaska,
ancient Greeks believed in Antarctica.
Siberia. And if you go look at the shale,
thank you, Fat Cardinals. 28 months.
It was there. They just
all of that is crushed into the center. Very tiny. How are you supposed to crush Alaska and Canada and Russia? How is all of that supposed to get crushed in the center of the Earth? That doesn't make sense.
Do not crush
Those immense icy lands in the north. That's the real ice wall.
Crushed in the center of the Earth.
And
well, you know the flat Earth map. It theorizes that
the people who claim
Antarctica wraps all the way around.
No,
so it'd be like
if
you look at like the
I don't know
if you look at like the UN map, they basically think that's what the flat Earth looks like.
And they believe that NASA is paid to guard the edges of it.
What is with this mammoth baby.
What do you have, Dumb? Thanks for the 5 gifted. Holy
The
shit,
baby
you guys
is,
are
like,
pumping
bigger
off
than the
today.
adults.
God bless all of you.
You are dumb.
Mwah,
Usually
mwah,
So
Photoshop
what would
these
happen
days,
if
there's a
people
lot
found
of-
out there's an ice wall
It's like
around
a
the Earth?
meme. The emperor penguins.
It's a meme.
This person probably just photoshopped this. There's probably.
They're just saying that about any picture is so cool.
I mean, have you? I'm
Probably
sure you guys
fucking
have seen the
photoshopped and
website by
shit.
now, where you can go to this website and keep reloading it, and they keep making fake faces. Just computers can come up with just a totally fake face.
He's actually right about that.
Look like a real person.
That's
and look
right.
like
That
a
is
real
true,
face.
but they also
There's
don't have
probably
Person
to
does not exist.
Photoshop tool
because
where
everybody's
you can just
taking a
click the
picture of their
mouse
face
and
all
it'll
day
make
long.
a penguin for you.
Burner's Loser, another great name.
Oh, thank you.
They get the subs.
That's what most
2.
penguin stuff looks to me. It's like
Jojo,
it's a
Fine B, and
stamp
Stu picking one
from
up.
Photoshop,
Welcome back.
where you click it and it auto-generates
Merry Christmas.
some penguin. I found one of those
This
things for
fucking
volcanoes.
penguin does not exist.
In one of my volcano videos, I was looking up Photoshop volcanoes, and there was
Oh,
an
he doesn't
entire
believe in
Photoshop pack
volcanoes.
for making volcano images.
I've
Oh,
never
you
seen
know,
one.
I bet there's an emperor penguin Photoshop.
White
pack
Iverson,
out
this is the
there.
tier 1.
You can just
Gifted.
keep clicking and getting
It would
different.
be
Thank you,
easier to
whatever.
make a video about what he does
Penguin
believe in.
33. I looked up penguin books, and what do you know? The very first
It's a list of like
book
6
that they show
things.
is Lolita.
He looked up Penguin books as Penguin Press.
The first
Boba.
book is
The penguin-
Lolita.
And penguin.
That's
bright
not a real
orange.
penguin. This is a
Orange
Photoshop.
33. Penguin is 33.
Let's
Go
go.
look at the old penguins. That's just a
Wait a minute.
stuffed. Looks like it's made out
Hold
of
on.
a sock.
Oh, it looks like a
Which is
stuffed piece of
33.
shit.
Penguin is 33.
Look at the bottom of that. Does that say a
Go
duck?
look at the old penguins. That's just a
This
stuffed.
is a
Duet.
duet.
Looks like it's made out of a sock or
Oh,
something.
I thought it said a
Really
duck.
bad quality.
That's
They
disappointing.
have widow's peaks on their chins. It's kind of weird. Okay,
Widow's
half
peaks
of
on their
these I
chins?
think that's legit.
Those are a couple
It
of
reminds
fish.
me of in home ec in middle school, they have you sew like a little rat or a little mouse or something. It's exactly what it looks like. It's
Yep.
like a middle schooler
Yes, sir.
sewed this together in some sort of art project. Photos like this are just all Photoshop. To me, this is
Yeah, I've
just
seen a
like,
fuckload of pixels.
look at that. This is so out
Why?
of place.
And like, still, why
Do
isn't
you
he
see
looking
how
at
out of place that one
videos?
looks? It
Forensic
looks totally
Jimmy.
different than all the other
Why
ones.
isn't he
and it's
watching
just
March of the
hanging
Penguins?
out there?
Well, it's all CGI.
Very
yeah.
odd. But
Which
yeah,
also,
a lot
like,
of
how could
these
Yeah,
CGI
but
be
I
so
think are
shitty in
just
movies, but like
probably
so
generated
good
by a
in the
computer.
fake nature documentaries from the 90s and early aughts?
It reminds me a lot of
Yeah. Like,
there's a
at
lot of
least watch
military
Planet Earth and
footage
say that's fake.
military images where you can tell the crowds look fake. It's
Aquatic
like
ape theory?
the
I've never
soldiers
heard of
just
that
look
before,
like
but that sounds cool.
GI Joe soldiers that have been replicated. That's the
That's
kind
one
of vibe
that's
I get
like
from these
Not
penguin
really that
things. It
crazy.
just looks
It's
like
like that
computer generated random
humans evolved
stuff.
Congrats to Boy
more
Mayor.
to like swim and eat fish and stuff on the coastline.
Look at this. I got this
Let's fucking
from
go,
I don't
Boy
know
Boy
if it
Mayor,
was from
were
this
your
image.
hands fucking
I was
shaking?
looking closely at these
Sort
because
of.
just certain instincts that I had. I was like, I bet if you looked really closely, you could find like stencil penguins where it's like the same exact penguin twice, positioned the exact same way. I bet you could find that, or maybe a mirror image. But
Then why don't
matches
you do
perfectly.
it?
That's just not the
Mr.
type of
Investigator?
investigating I do, where I'm gonna go.
No, I just have
know
to
penguins
scroll
It's not
through
his
Google
job.
image
so I'm just
search.
looking for more
I
like,
bet you
obvious
could
stuff than that.
disprove this stuff.
I mean,
if
to
you
me,
wanted
this
to.
this is just really strange. This one.
I only
totally out
make
of place,
20
and it
hours
looks
of
more like
videos
the
a day,
sock puppet
so I don't really
versions.
have time to do
But then
that.
also, look
but
at this thing I found.
Someone could really blow
I was
the
looking
whole
really
thing
closely at penguin.
They went, they went to
and this
page 2
penguin
or
just
even
has
3.
an orange 6 on the belly.
It could be fucking crazy.
They like to leave a mark sometimes. If
6.
I mean, so what is it? These are just people who are good at Photoshop, and their day
I think
job
they
is
probably
literally
painted that
making
on it
hoax
as
Photoshop
part
stuff.
of some.
That's why there's a lot of people out there.
Yeah,
who
or
are
it's
good at
just like a
Photoshop.
shadow,
Uh,
because like it's so
scientific
fucking
thing.
Making
zoomed
hoax
in.
with
Like,
Photoshop.
It's
And they'll
actually a
leave little mark.
16. He's got it
Oh,
wrong.
Look, there's a 6 there.
That was the one they
Or,
gave
like I
poison.
said, they'll make.
and that's
they'll
how they
make
wanted to market
repeats
it.
of the same penguin in different spots.
One of the-
just so that they
It's a
know
prank. There's
they can
1,
point
2,
it
3,
out.
4,
Hey, look,
5,
it's
and
fake.
7 running
That
around.
penguin's the same as this
Yeah,
penguin.
the entire Antarctic research
Sometimes-
station got lost
Doesn't
in
this
the
just
snow
look like a jumbled up
looking for the first
mess? Like,
5
what is even going on?
penguins.
A lot of times that's kind of what the
They
penguin
all died.
crowds. It's like you zoom in.
It's the greatest senior
and it
prank
doesn't
of
even
all
look
time.
like there's individual penguins anymore. It's just a computer trying to
Are we
generate
ready? We'll be back.
what a penguin might
You're a
look
bad
like, I
fellow.
guess. It just looks. Doesn't this look like a weird jumbled?
yeah, because
mess?
you've zoomed in, so it's
Doesn't even
fucking
look
such
like
low
individual
image quality.
penguins. Oh, and this is why I got this one. What is going on there?
I don't know. Zoom out so I can see it in greater
crowd of
context.
people and you can't see
rendering
stuff.
of a penguin.
It's like one of their arms and someone's
Here's what I mean
leg or
with the
something.
copy paste. It just looks like it looks like somebody took the
It's
same
the
penguin
same
image
animal.
and just pasted it on top of itself like 6 times.
They have very
They
little
might come in and change the
genetic
angle a little bit on some
variation.
of them, but I don't know. Sometimes it just looks like 100% a copied image.
Why would God allow this to happen, dude?
A lot of times the penguins just look like they're floating over nothing.
No, it doesn't. It looks like it's standing on
No, it
snow.
doesn't.
Don't these just look like they're floating?
No.
No, it doesn't.
And their outlines look really sharp sometimes.
Like, how does this guy look out the window?
Very
Like,
going on
could
over
I have
here?
him look at anything and have him think it's real?
Yeah.
Jen, thank
I
you.
think
Merry
it's just
Christmas to
CGI.
you
God
too.
bless you. Thank
Most of the
you.
times these days, just CGI. Ancient mummified penguins found in Antarctica. Great. What a fantastical story. Ancient mummified penguins. Depraved penguins. Shocked explorer. Macaroni penguins.
They're all
always remember
jacking
macaroni
off.
penguins. Where are all the macaroni penguins? And sometimes, so like the movie, like March of the Penguins or whatever, probably mostly CGI, but some of these bigger penguins, it can be a bird suit and they'll stick a midget in it and have them waddle around. It's never just one thing. Puppetry. Have you ever wondered why is puppetry such a big deal? Why
There
are
aren't
these
humans that
adults
small?
dedicating their lives to the craft of puppetry? And puppetry is one of
That's
the ways
a
that
2 foot
a lot
tall
of this nature
bird.
stuff is faked, and they show us that with. We know that that's a thing.
In
that
the room
they,
for
they
a
tell us
person
that
inside that would be
conservation
like a foot and a
workers
half.
use
Yeah.
puppets to like feed animals because I don't know. They say that because it won't trick them or whatever. But I think that's kind of a disclosure. We know that they make puppets out of animals.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean. We know that they make puppet animals and ones that try to look real
Their
life.
eyeballs do look
I've done a
fucked
bunch
up.
of videos on real life puppetry.
Those do look weird.
I want to say the
A lot of
Aflac
bird
duck
ones too.
is
Looks like
just a
candy.
puppet, I'm pretty sure. And there's more examples than just that.
A lot of animals look weird.
World Penguin Day pictures. Is that supposed to be a real animal? Wow.
That's supposed to be a real animal?
What are the circumstances surrounding this image?
Does he have videos
One in a
about
million shot.
underwater animals?
So somebody's out there
he goes
diving
deeper into
with
the
penguins, and
great white
they
shark
happen to get this
conspiracy.
amazing shot, or
That's
is
it?
just
He's
photoshopped
literally talking
BS?
about nature photography right now. So somebody's out here actually with the penguins and
legit?
just happen to get this amazing shot.
It would be super
And
easy to
it's-
pull up a
it's
bunch
like
of
truth
deep
in plain
sea
sight.
stuff.
WWF is fake. The wrestling,
Those fish
WWF,
that have like the lantern hanging
is
over
fake.
their face.
the WWF,
That's fake.
This
That's
one is fake.
photoshopped.
Pandas, just as real
That's
as
a layup
wrestling.
to say that looks fake, but penguins?
Penguins jumping
you,
out
sir.
of the
Blow it all
water
open.
and somebody amazingly capturing this photo. That's also fake. This is just Photoshop. It took somebody probably 30 minutes
Blowing
to
it wide
do this in
open.
Photoshop. Imagine the insane amount of effort that it would take to actually get this photo, and then think to yourself how easy it would be to Photoshop this. Just little puppets.
Oh, look at that guy on the right. That one's cool.
I mean, this is enough. What?
If it's so
is this supposed to be
easy,
real?
maybe he should show us how easy it
Penguin
is.
stuff is fake. It's just a big meme.
You should
this
make a
penguin thing.
fake animal and make it look real.
I
and
think
trick a
it's
bunch of people.
similar to the gorillas, and
Proof of
I
concept.
think a lot
Make
of
an
people know
animal,
about this penguin thing. It's
completely
it's
original
just a big
animal.
Masonic joke.
Make
that's
people
gotten out of
believe it's
control,
real.
and they
trickery.
just have to keep running with it.
Showing this fucking
Obviously,
video
it's
from
That's it for this video. God
stupidvideos.com.
bless everyone.
Anyone could do it.